In today's video, we're just going to take a look at a shorter term decision in the NASDAQ futures. This is actually, well, maybe not a micro decision, but it is on a 120-minute chart. And it actually goes over one of the setups that I showed you last week. Because what happens is that if a zone is tested and it continues to hold, it's still valid for a setup on a retest of it, okay? And I'll show you what I mean. If you remember that we had a 100% projection from a prior decline, let's say this high to this low, projected from the high, that came in at the 5801 area. Notice that this high to this low was 82 3/4 points, and if you project from, let's see, this high to, let me get the right low chosen here so you can see it, 82 3/4 points. So, you know, it was pretty much equal as far as the support, and it was a retest of, you know, this key support that I showed you the other day where it had quite a few of the price relationships come together. It also overlapped the 618 retracement. Okay, and you know, maybe you went through it by a couple of ticks, but really not enough to negate this area as important. So we hit, we held, we re-triggered. Now the last time that we did see a buy signal against this area of support, you didn't make the full target, but you had a beautiful rally from it. And so far we've seen another really nice rally from this low, a retest of this old support. Let's see, from that low to that high, 54, about 54 NASDAQ points so far. So what can you expect next? Well, typically, if the low is any good, then the 1272 extension of the swing into it is going to be what your initial target's going to be. So let's run that real quick. High to the low means the potential upside target is going to be 5906 if you get the full move. But one other thing that I do want to show you though is you're going to want to watch a couple of these areas for possible failure. Let's see, if I run this low to high, we went through that resistance. But if you run this low to this high, you did not. So we're going to run that projection. We already have a 786 retracement, and I'm going to run an extension of the high to the low. Okay, we had a little bit of trouble here. But as far as the next meaningful resistance on the way up in NASDAQ futures, besides, you know, this extension that we stalled at, is going to be this 5866 to 5872 area. Now, if we end up continuing to hold above here, and we can eventually push through this area, then the odds increase for continued rally towards the target of 5906. But otherwise, we do have to watch for possible failure, either, you know, on a retest of this old resistance, or this is the next meaningful resistance, 5866 to 5872.